Hey, welcome to another Valley Forged. I would say I got a new toy behind me, but it is not a toy. I can tell you that. But I do have a new laser, a CO2 laser. It is a Monport ONYX. And this is the new version of basically the Polar Pro, the Polar from OM or the GWiki Cloud. And this is the one from Monport, which is an upgraded machine compared to those. They are not exactly the same. There are quite a few differences, which we're going to go over. Bottom line is, I needed to be able to do clear acrylic. I have some clients, I do this as a business. I try to show you what I'm doing and why. And there were just quite a few things that I needed to do in transparent acrylic. And the price of this machine for what you get just seemed insanely good. So I actually reached out to Monport and I said, hey, I really want this. They were one of the first companies. They sent me a K40 back when I very first started this channel. I think they were like the first company to ever send me anything. Taking a big chance on a little channel like mine. And hey, although I had worked on and with CO2 lasers, a K40 is a different animal. You could probably go back and look at some of my videos on that. And I basically rebuilt everything because that's what you do with a K40, and I got it dialed in and perfect, and it was so much fun. Like, changing all these things and upgrading, putting in milliamp meter and temperature meter, and it was just a good time. But ultimately, the size of the bed just really it's just too small to do a lot of things. And they aren't super high quality machines, the K40, no matter where you get it. So I decided, hey, this is where I want to go. So I reached out to Monport and I said, hey, this is what I want. Can we, make some videos, whatever? Because I want to, there's not enough videos on this machine or the Polar or the GWiki Cloud. I watched pretty much everything on these machines. And you either get something that is, scripted by the company, which is super helpful because at least you can see how everything is supposed to work. Or it's somebody who really just doesn't know much about these machines and can get pretty frustrating. So right off the bat, I'm going to say this is not the laser for everybody. It will be, and I'm going to say that a few times. We're going to go back over to the machine pretty soon, and I'm going to go over all of the changes I've already made. They're not difficult. They're not expensive. They're really fun to do, but that's not for everybody. This is not a... although the price is right around the same as a 40 watt for an X-Tool S1, it's quite different. Now, the benefits here, of course, this is a light burn specific machine. I really like that. So, hey, it's a Glowforge competitor, but not really. Glowforge is way more expensive. You have to be online. You have to use their software. You have to pay by the month. Yes, it's much easier. It's a one button thing and you're done. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for being able to do clear acrylic consistently, do all my other projects, the Lord's Prayer Cross, my wallets, just all of the usual things that I already do, but I need to be able to also do the transparent acrylic. This is going to up my speed at being able to do those things. I wanted to be able to work directly at the machine like I would on a CO2 laser, right? You have a Ruida controller generally on a CO2 laser, and everything, you just send the file from Lightburn, and then you just do everything over there at the actual machine, which is what I want to be able to do. So I just download all of my files over there to the machine, and then I'm able to just do it from there. And no, that's not the way it comes stock, so that's why I'm going to show you. But my personal feeling is that if you're going to get this machine, 150-watt upgrade is absolutely almost essential. I'm going to be doing videos, lots of videos showing you all of the positives and negatives and what are the common problems and, pretty much everything. And if you have questions on it, of course, I'm going to answer those. This is going to be a fun journey for me, and I'm hoping it's a fun journey for a lot of you out there as well. Even if right now this is not your next thing, if you're in business at some point, this might be, especially if you want to work from home like I do. So, the first thing I'm going to say is the crate is going to come, it's going to be heavy. Now, this isn't like a regular, huge CO2 laser where you can't put it in your house, but at the same time, it's heavy. It's like 140 pounds in the crate, and you're not going to lift it in the crate, even with two people, probably not going to be easy. They're going to, dump it off. They're going to use a hand truck. You're going to have to uncrate it. Now, I didn't need anything but a screwdriver to be able to uncrate it. It's not like you need the, crazy tools or anything. But I'm showing pictures of it, I'm sure. The laser itself is just too heavy for one person. Unless you're some sort of bodybuilder or weightlifter, even then, I don't think I would recommend lifting this by yourself. It is really heavy. And of course, you want to keep it level, so that you don't end up with a lot of the coolant spilling out, which I did have some coolant spilt out. It wasn't very much, but it does happen. And I've read other reviews where that's a very common thing to happen on any of these desktop machines. So I expected it to be worse, actually, when I saw the coolant. But I filled it back up. It was, with some distilled water. It was almost nothing. But I could go on for ages and ages talking about this. I'm going to be in the Facebook Monport official group telling all the good and bad things over here. And I've run into someone else, Pollinator Web, who actually went over all of the differences between what you get here and say what you're going to get with a Polar Pro or the initial version of the ONYX, which is quite different than now. This has an autofocus, which is one touch, which is really, really good. I'll go over that, of course, at the machine. So I'll be talking about whatever this gentleman is outputting as well. Seems like good information. I also already contacted Maker 10, and he sent me the red dot pointer and the case, which I have already installed and put my controller on. And I'm thoroughly happy with that. I think this is like a no-brainer. Just get this thing. But I'm going to do a full video on it. And this is the way to go, in my opinion. So let's jump over there to the machine. You'll already see I put some blue tape over the Monport just so that it wouldn't be quite so bright. It's super bright, and that's a common thing people say. But that'll be fun for me to play with. But let's go over to the machine. And I'll just do a quick overview. I already did a cut. I used MDF, and it turned out great. I just guessed at the settings. But what I really wanted to do is make sure that the circle was a circle. And I did a circle inside a circle to make sure that that was okay. And yeah, anyway, it's working. It's doing well. But yeah. Let's just go over there, check it out. This is going to be an initial video, just showing you the basics, and then we'll get more into it, but hopefully I'll get some questions. Here we are over at the machine. As you can see, the first thing I did is I'm going to do more with this, of course, but it was so bright. That's 2 layers of tape. I think I had an older video showing you just how bright that was, so it needed to mellow out a little bit. I think some colored acrylic over the front of this would look really cool. Anyway, I have done some modifications already. And yes, I just got the machine. But I already knew these things that I was going to do. I can't wait to show you the Maker 10. casing for the Ruida controller. So I got this Ruida controller. Basically, it allows you to use it from the laser itself. So once you load the files, which there is a USB right at the top of here, and once you load the files, they're on here. You no longer have to use Lightburn at all. You know, once I get all my main files in here, I could use Lightburn to design and send them over here, and then they will just be here on the machine. I'll come over here, I'll line it up. One thing that you're really gonna like about this machine is the autofocus. So we go down, we hit autofocus. Look at that. Bam. Done. You know, you frame it and boom, you're on. And so a few things I've already done. I added a milliamp meter because for a CO2 laser, I think they're very important. And the Ruida controller so that I could do everything from here, just like if I had a 150 watt CO2 laser, is the exact same process. So I'm very familiar with it. I love it. This case is fantastic. I'll be doing a review on this in a little bit. Same company makes a red dot pointer, so you know where the laser is going to be. I will be reviewing that as well. But first thing was first, I really needed to get this. And I actually removed the start button. It's down there because I don't need it anymore. So I'll be showing you all of those upgrades. I think they're just wonderful. So I came into this machine. I knew this is what I wanted. I wanted a fully desktop laser I could use in my house for production, and I needed to be able to do acrylic. I've got orders for acrylic. I need to be able to do it. So this is what I needed, but I knew that I've watched every video on these machines, the Polar, the G-Wiki Cloud, the Monport ONYX. This is by far the better one in my opinion, but they all need upgrades. You will watch the videos on the Polar and the G-Wiki Cloud. You know, I don't think anybody ever liked any of those right out of the box. And one of the biggest problems was the focus, and they fixed that here with the ONYX, with the autofocus. I've never been a huge guy for autofocus anyway, but the focusing was really hard on the older machines like this one. And so they added this, which is, you know, one-touch autofocus. You could do it from Lightburn directly. You can focus one touch, boom, it's done in Lightburn. It's wonderful. So I'm not going to be going over a lot in this video. I've still got camera calibration that I'm working on. I wanted to get all this stuff installed. I've done a little bit of light engraving. I can show you that, but I haven't really gotten into it because I just wanted to have all of my upgrades. I have put an upgraded air assist. The air assist that comes with it, I'll show you a picture. It's kind of a joke. I mean, it'll output some air, but it's just not what I was looking for what I do. Everybody has their own thing. This is the air that extraction that comes with it, which is really nice. I don't think it's as good as mine, of course, because I hand built mine, but it's working great for this machine. I did take out the rear fan immediately. I still have a little, you can't do it while it's on here. Oh, it's so nice to be able to just hit a button and move this. So this is not finished. There was a fan in here and I took it out because I felt it was blocking the actual extraction, but it worked fine. Again, I'm just mad scientist. I want to do things the way I want to do them. So I still need to cover all this up and make it the way I want it. Super easy to do. I just took out these 4 little screws and boom, done. So yeah, I've done quite a few different things for this already. And again, this is just an initial overview, just to get people excited. Does this mean you shouldn't buy a diode laser? No, of course not. They're wonderful. In fact, I have another 40 watt coming pretty soon. They're wonderful for what they do. But I'm specifically doing a lot of acrylic right now for a client, and having a CO2 laser, I'm doing clear acrylics, was just the only way to go. And so if you are a business and you want to do clear acrylics, these are faster than most every diode laser as well. It's an fully enclosed case. This is metal, so it is heavy. And I think I showed you the casing that it comes in at the beginning of the video. It's super heavy, 140 pounds roughly in the case, and then over 100, just for this. So please do not try to lift this thing alone. This is no joke. This is the real deal. And also, don't expect like you're going to buy a Rolly Laser-matic or something. It's just going to come in, you're going to plug it in, and off you're going to go to work. This is a real like business CO2 laser, which is not like a plug-and-play system. It worked right out of the box fine, but just expect you're going to have to spend a little time getting it the way that you want it. But once you do that, it's going to be your production machine that is going to do a really, really great job for you. So I will demonstrate that over the weeks to come. But this is not for everyone. This is the price is really great for what you get. You spend another $300-400 getting everything perfect, and this is going to be wonderful for a lot of people, but not for everyone. Again, if you want something plug and play that you don't have to mess around with, it's really easy. I'll have other recommendations for you, but it's not going to be a CO2 laser. Not anything for less than $20,000 at least. And you're going to have a lot of room. But brilliant. I love it. I love the workspace is really good for what I do. I've got good light. It's very lit up in there. You got your linear bearings going on all. You've got cable management. It does come with a cover over the laser area. I have that taken off right now. I'm going to fully go over this new laser head and how it's made and what the differences are in future videos, because I think it's really important. That is a very big distinguishing factor from the other ones of this price range and type. I'm going to go over all the upgrades I made, like I said, why you should or shouldn't do that, and we'll get to making some fun stuff as well. So yes, Monport did send me this laser. I asked for it. I actually begged for it because I knew this was the next thing that I needed. This was the next upgrade. If I want to work from home, which I do, but I want to be able to do all of the business things that I want to be able to make, acrylic, wood, etching glass, leather, everything. It will do everything that I want to do right now. And so it made sense for me that this would be my next step. And I'll show you why over the next couple of weeks. Again, doesn't mean I'm abandoning diode lasers. They're still wonderful. This was just what I needed for this step in my business. And I gotta say, pretty brilliant, pretty fun. I'm really, really enjoying myself. Okay, well, that's it for this video. Just let me know if you have any questions, thoughts, whatever. And I'm just gonna get on to the next one. All right, love y'all.